I need some WD-40 here in this chair.
Do it! Just do it!
What's up, everybody? I'm back again. You're going to be watching a push video. That's a little bit of editing back there. But you're going to be watching my push routine video. This was done a couple weeks ago. Yeah, this push workout was done a couple weeks ago. I'm dealing with some shoulder issues. So what you're going to see is I go a little lighter, but I'm trying to get more reps out of it. I'm trying to get around 12 reps per set. Instead of going heavy, sets of 6. This way I incorporate more volume, more weight moved overall, since I can't lift heavy. So I'm still getting a lot of volume in there. This was a couple weeks ago, like I said. I was definitely bulkier. As you guys know, I've been dieting. And I mean, you can actually see right now, I look probably bigger than I will in this video. And leaner. And today was a leg day. And it is also 2:30 in the morning. But yeah, I'm much leaner now. You'll see this. I mean, I get chest tomorrow. You'll see how my body changes with my dieting as the weeks come and months. My body changes fast, so mainly week to week. But this video, I'm a little bulkier. A couple weeks ago, I was still holding a lot of water. I was eating very high carb and slowing down my, really wasn't introducing any cardio yet. Lately, what I've been doing is I eat around 2,500 calories, but I do fluctuation of macros currently. I have around 200 to 250 grams of protein, 200 to 250 grams of carbohydrate, and 50 to 75 grams of fat. Now, these fluctuate. Usually I like to stay in the middle for protein, around 230. Fat depends on what I'm craving. And carbohydrates depends. It just depends if I want to eat more carbs that day or more fat, or my activity level. If I'm doing a lot of work and a lot of volume and I need extra energy, I'd rather get that from the carbohydrates. It's a better performance fuel. Other than that, thanks to a couple shout outs. No need for it, but someone with the first initials M. Thank you. And Nevin, man. Nevin's been a big supporter of this channel. So, thank you. I got my notes here. I might do a little thing about my desk soon, but it's not completed yet. This is actually, the monitor actually looks great on this camera right now. This is actually an older monitor of mine that I almost tossed because I don't use it. It's a 23 inch. It's not that big because there's my old one. That's a 32 inch. So my old one fried out. So I'm on the 23 inch. It's almost 10 inches difference. I just pull it to the edge of the desk, like very edge, so it doesn't seem as small. But it, there's not much room for editing, but what are you gonna do? It works for now. I plan on getting a 34 inch wide so I can do better video editing. I plan on getting a scroll mouse, if you guys have checked those out. It's a mouse and it has a scroll button right here, side scroll. So when you're on your timeline scrolling, it will scroll across, which actually helps because when I'm moving clips, I can hold on the clip and just side scroll. Love the different things. I would love to do a tech thing one day and have a 6 setup and show you guys that. But a lot of different things are going to come on this channel besides just working out. Because I'm interested in a lot of things and a lot of talking and a lot of the mind and, improving your life and improving every aspect of your life, not just physical. I used to think that I was just into improving, on the physical aspect of working out. Like, I want to get better and better, at something, and I like lifting, and I'm getting strong, and I love that. But what I realized over time is I'm really into improving on everything, every aspect. Whether you're getting smarter, you're getting stronger, you're, physically, mentally, you can say spiritually if you want, whatever that means to you. Better relationships with people, and all around better version of yourself. And I feel like I keep improving all the time, and it kind of makes it difficult for me to sleep sometimes, because there's so much on my mind and so much I want to do and so much I want to get done, and so much potential I think I have. All of us have, honestly, but you have to realize that you have it, and I know that I do. So I'm on researching all the time, trying to make a difference in myself, and whatever I learn, I like to regurgitate and help others. So without making this an hour-long rant video, enjoy the workout. Like I said, this was a couple weeks ago. I probably wasn't in my prime shape, but no excuses. Watch. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I'm trying to build the channel up, and just do my thing. All right, thanks, guys. Yeah. I have to turn this volume down. All right, we're starting the workout. Fixing the mic, moving stuff around right now. All right. So I start my workout with dumbbell incline press. And I'm doing 105-pound dumbbells. I'm doing 3 sets of 10 to 12. I can easily do the 125s, but the problem is I get that messed up shoulder. So you got to do what you can during an injury. If you're feeling like, it's going to hurt your shoulder, then lower the weight. Do more reps. Do whatever it takes to get the job done. This is my second set here. Notice I'm going all the way down and all the way back up. I'm bringing the dumbbells in. That's the second part of the chest. The chest contracts by stretching, pressing, and actually bringing the arm across the body. And you get that with dumbbells because you're not in a fixed position. My range of motion gets to change. So even though you're going a lot heavier with the barbells, it's kind of cool doing dumbbells because you actually get to use the muscle more efficiently. I don't know what's on my shirt. I must have been sweating like a hog that day. I was feeling real sloppy this day. I just feel like a little, I don't know. I was sloppy this day. But this is the second exercise, and what I do, you see me grabbing the handles higher. This is more to actually get more of a stretch, and that's very important. Stretch the muscle as much as possible. But then at the same time, I'm also at a higher angle when I'm flying. It's more of sort of like an incline. It really hits the upper chest a little more. It will hit it even more the higher your hands go. I also like to do this around 10 to actually 15 reps. I believe I did sets of 12 on this. I had to tuck in the shirt to make it a little tighter. I'm hiding all my muscle with this tank, I should have wore a stringer on chest day. Just didn't want any nipple action popping out. When you're lifting with the stringer, your nipple just gets crazy and just shoots out the side. Anyways, it would have shown my striations a lot better. The next push video should be a lot better. As I'm a lot leaner now and have some color on my skin finally. So here you go, 2 sets done. We ended up recording a third set just because I wanted to try a few more angles. And see if we can get the striations in more. That's why I tucked the shirt in. See if we can really pull it down and see the muscle contracting. Same thing, probably sets at 12. I'm really liking this gym gear. You see the little brace I have in my elbow? It's from some tendonitis. It really helps if you have elbow issues. I actually only have elbow issues when I'm doing tricep movements. So this is like a decline press. I threw it in there because I really feel it in my lower pecs. It just swells up after I do these. So we actually banged out 3 sets of 12. I think I might have done 15 on some of these. The weight was very light for me, but when I added more weight, it actually hurt my shoulder, even though it wasn't hard for my muscle. So I had to end up doing more reps. I think on the last set I might have done 20 reps. I was trying to pace myself, but I'd suggest you work around injuries and you do what you can do that doesn't aggravate it. Don't just say, I'm injured, I'm going to rest and not do anything. There's actually been some studies that show that when you work out around an injury, it helps heal it faster, believe it or not. So this is the 4th exercise, and these are your standard flies. Now this isn't my typical routine either. I'm actually doing a much different routine already 2 weeks later because my shoulder started to heal a little bit better, which allowed me to do some dumbbell presses and stuff like that. I'm going to stay away from barbell bench for a long time because every time I injure myself, it's always with flat bench. And I prefer the dumbbells anyways. So here we go. This is the cable flies. I think I did like 12, 15 reps. And what I'm trying to do is I pretend I'm in a crucifix. Put my arms up straight almost and then come right down like I'm doing a most muscular pose. This one usually really shows my striations in my pecs, which I'm actually proud of because I keep talking about it. But it's just something genetically I've always had. People say, how do you get so many striations in your pecs, man? And I mean, I do all the same exercises that everyone else does. There's no real secret. The main thing is progressive overload and your muscle will grow with more reps and more weight. But other than that, I'm not doing anything secret for some chest striations. It's just I don't store fat in my pecs really. I store it around my obliques and lower back, which sucks, but it keeps my upper body looking ripped. I mean, this is me not even really shredded at all, and I get striations in my pecs, so there they are, some of them. Alright, so chest is done. I always do about 4 exercises for chest. 3 sets right now of 12 to 15, and we go right into shoulders. I like dumbbell presses because it's like the bar is going through my head. That way it takes a little tension off just the front delt and kind of evenly distributes it. If I was pushing more in front of me, it would be more of a front delt movement. But we've already got that done with inclines and all the pressing we've done. This is why I do shoulders with chest, is because they're getting hit anyways. So here's my second set. Like I said, everything's pretty much high reps. The main reason for it is you can get just as big with high reps. There it is. You can get just as big with high reps as long as you're increasing the volume by moving more weight overall. I do love to lift heavy though, but you're more prone to injury. So I'm working around injury right now, so it's just what happens. Here's me trying to instruct them what to do. As I do some side laterals. I think I did sets of 20 with these. And I mean, the pump I got was insane. At the end of this, I got a little flexing in here because people want to see my physique. I wasn't really up to showing it because, I'm not in my prime shape, but screw it. The transformation is going to be awesome with the videos to come. So here's some side laterals. I mean, standard. I kind of tip, if you can see, I'm kind of tipping it with my thumbs down a little bit. Just a little bit. There it is. You see it. It's like I'm pouring out a gallon of water. It kind of takes the emphasis off the front delt and moves it more to your lateral head, which a lot of people call the medial. But just these 2 exercises are all I do. This is pretty much it for shoulders for me. When you think about rear delts, I actually hit rear delts and traps on back day, which is the following day. My computer is actually acting very choppy right now, so I'm not seeing the video. It's skipping for me. But I know I'm doing dips right now. I decided to include these dips just because I want another pressing movement that kind of put everything together. It kind of puts the shoulders, the chest, and the triceps all together. And I'm moving on to the tricep movement, so it kind of warms up my elbows a little more and still finishes off my pecs and my shoulders. So here I am dipping. I'm just enjoying myself. Switching up the angles here. I just love working on it, I'm telling you. I just like improving myself. And the best way to look like you gain 20 pounds of muscle is to lose 10 pounds of fat. Remember that. So here we are doing tricep pushdowns. Now you can do this any other way. You can do this one-handed. You can do this with a bar. You can use it with a V-bar. You can use it with the ropes. The reason why I choose the ropes is just because it feels a little better on my elbow. I can open it up at the end, but that really doesn't make a huge difference. This is mainly going to hit my lateral head, the part that's popping out. And I like to do two real movements for triceps. One that attacks this and the lateral head, which is around 12 to 15 reps I do for these, 3 sets. And then I like to do an overhead movement to hit the long head, which is usually neglected. Pretty much all pretty basic here. Nothing too crazy. Triceps. You guys all do this. There's a little action for you guys. A lady jogging in the corner. I didn't know Ross was recording that. It's probably perving on it. Probably wasn't even watching me. Just watching some lady shake her butt on the camera. So we did 3 sets of this. I tried not to record all 3 sets of everything, just because it makes the video pretty long. The last video I did was like an hour long. So like I said, when the elbows are away from the side of the body and they're more upright, it actually pulls your long head of the tricep into getting more use, more work. And that's the part that's like underneath your arm. It actually makes your arm look huge. And that's where I have the elbow issue. When I was younger, I did a lot of skull crushers, very heavy. And honestly, it messed me up a little bit, because what would happen was I was going too heavy, too fast, and I would get some elbow pain. And like I said, work around an injury, but don't work through an injury. My elbow was tender, and I decided to work through it. You know, no pain, no gain kind of mentality. That's an idiot mentality. If something's painful, man, your body's telling you something. And it's not the good pain. That was an injury, and I tried to work through it. And it, years and years of, trying to just battle through things that hurt me, ended up really hurting my elbow, and it's an issue I've had ongoing. The stronger I get, the more, it starts to hurt. And what happened was, for instance, my shoulder injured. I've injured my shoulder on bench press every time I've injured it. And as soon as I heal, I wait like a couple weeks, and before you know it, I'm benching again, going right back to what injured me. I get to a point on strength that I get so strong that I start snapping my shit up. There it is. Wow. Alright, the next part's about to get a little weird. So, this is the physique update. Me being a goofball, just flexing, showing my massive pump. Still kind of blocky. I got a serious pump up top though. The abs aren't really shredded yet, but it's something that will come in. Something that just, takes time. And, having some body fat's not anything to really worry about, because you can strip it off. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.